Okay, imagine this. You're walking down a lonely mountain path, and you come across a funeral. You can hear the family weeping, you see the coffin, but you know with absolute certainty the person inside is still alive. What do you do? Well, that's the heart of a thousand-year-old legend about a doctor named Wu Bin, a man who literally challenged death itself. So let's dive in. Our story starts on this winding road in China's Fujian province, way back during the Northern Song Dynasty. There's this solemn funeral procession making its way up a mountain, but an encounter is about to happen that's going to turn a local doctor into a total legend. And this is where we meet our hero, Wu Ben. Now, he's a young, brilliant physician already famous in the area, not just for his medical skills, but for his incredible compassion. He treated the poor for free. So as he's walking, he sees this somber funeral procession for an elderly woman. And in an era with pretty limited medicine, this was a common, sad sight. But this time, something was just very, very different. As this heavy, black lacquered coffin passes by him, Wu Bin's sharp senses pick up on something that's totally off. It wasn't the smell of decay you'd expect. No, it was something else entirely. A faint, almost metallic scent that just did not belong. His eyes immediately dart to the ground, and that's when he spots it. The second, totally impossible clue. Droplets of blood, still warm on the cold stone path. Now, for a doctor as observant as Wu Bin, these two clues, the smell of fresh blood and that lingering warmth, they could only mean one thing. The person inside that sealed coffin was not really dead. So what does he do? He leaps right in front of the procession, arms outstretched, and yells for them to stop. He tells the grieving family that the woman inside, their mother, can still be saved. Well, you can imagine the reaction. The son, his eyes all red from crying, is absolutely furious. He accuses Wu Ben of being disrespectful, of desecrating a funeral. He says his mother has been declared dead for 2 full days. Her body was cold. How dare he interfere? So, faced with this wall of anger and grief, Wu Ben makes this incredible wager. He puts his entire reputation and maybe even his life on his diagnosis. He's so certain. He tells them he'll accept any punishment they want if he's wrong. Moved by Wu Bin's unwavering, almost insane confidence, the son reluctantly agrees. The mourners get to work, prying open the heavy, nailed-shut coffin lid. Inside, they see the pale, breathless body of the old woman. Everyone's shaking their head. They're sure this doctor is completely mad. But Wu Bin, he's calm. He immediately reaches under the woman's arm, searching for a tiny, faint bit of warmth. In traditional Chinese medicine, this is called yang qi. It's like the very last spark of the body's life force. And, against all odds, he finds it. Now, what happens next isn't magic. It's a methodical, highly skilled medical procedure. Wu Ben expertly inserts these silver needles into key acupoints to try and stimulate a revival. Then, he pulls out a little red pill he made himself, a reanimation pill, dissolves it in some water, and carefully pours it into the woman's mouth. The crowd just waits in this agonizing silence. 5 minutes go by. Nothing. 10 minutes, and the son starts to weep again. All hope is just gone. And then, a single finger twitches. A gasp just rips through the crowd. The woman's chest suddenly rises and falls with a deep, long breath, and she opens her eyes, looking around all confused. The funeral procession just erupts. The son rushes to his mother's side, and the crowd's anger just melts away into pure awe. To them, they have just witnessed a divine act, a miracle. But was it really a miracle, or was it medicine? Well, as it turns out, Wu Ben himself had a perfectly rational medical explanation for what everyone had just seen. He explained to the family that the woman had suffered from a condition that's known as shijue. It basically translates to corpse swoon. It's a kind of deep coma that perfectly mimics death. And since she already had a heart condition, it just made her appear completely lifeless. He then calmly warned them to always, always wait for the true signs of death before a burial. And this is the real reason the story has lasted for 1,000 years. It's not just about some incredible medical feat. It's about the character of the man who did it, his razor-sharp observation, his unbelievable courage to challenge tradition, and his deep compassion. He even refused any payment for saving her life. So ultimately, the story of Wu Ben kind of makes you ask, what do we truly remember? The event that seemed impossible or the person whose virtues made it possible?
It's a great reminder that the greatest legends are often rooted not in magic, but in these profound human qualities: courage, compassion, and that relentless pursuit of knowledge.